Welcome to the fastest 30 minutes in football. Today, the SEC gets down to business. How will the Falcons roll in Dallas? Plus, injuries, fantasy football, and Jeffrey the Ed Schechter picks against the spread. Play to Win is being brought to you by the Southeastern Nissan dealers,
Mellow Mushroom Pizza Baker,
and SD Services.
Welcome to Play to Win with former Falcons All-Pro defensive end Chuck Smith, Fantasy Football League previews with Adam Brown, game analysis with Nikki Williams, Play to Win expert Jeffrey the Ed Schechter, medical and injury update with Dr. Andrew Lalagi, and your host, Atlanta sports veteran Bob Neal. Today's SEC report is being brought to you by Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places.
Jeffrey, Nikki, Chuck, and I welcome you to Football's Play to Win. And gang, let's get started as we always do with the SEC. Full slate of games. Some are tune-ups, some are really getting down to business. UCF, South Carolina, LSU, Syracuse, Southern Georgia, Louisiana, Monroe, Alabama on that first page. But Tennessee, Florida, we're going to come back to that in a moment. The rest of the schedule in the SEC also very critical for a couple of teams. For instance, go down to Mississippi State, Auburn. Both of these teams have a game here to make or break their seasons. Missouri, Kentucky, another good one, and Texas A&M, Arkansas at the top play at Jerry's World. But we're going to start with Tennessee, Florida. Historically, a huge game, the two shades of orange. And this time, and you've got, I know you consider the correct shade of orange. How does Tennessee win at Florida?
Well, Tennessee wins at Florida. First and foremost, they have to help Joshua Dobbs at quarterback. And that means I want everybody to look out for them. First down, do they run for success or pass for success? That is the key in the swamp for Florida in this Tennessee offense.
Perfect to watch for Joshua Dobbs. Does he step up? And going down to Florida, quarterback, another issue, although it's a resolved in a way.
Sort of. Treon Harris messing up again. He's out. Will Grier, it's his time to shine. He didn't nail down the job versus Kentucky, but he can do it now because he keeps his nose clean off the field. Size is on his side. He's 6'2", 200.
Yep.
Harris is forever in trouble. Everything from marijuana to driving without a license. If he could just, he's known for his more explosive plays, but Grier might be the safer choice. He could do this.
Grier played well last week for Florida. We'll see how that works out. But right now, everybody's waiting for this. How does Jeffrey the Ed Schechter pick it? How do you do?
The winner is a contender. The loser is a pretender in the SEC East. I'm going with Tennessee.
Tennessee on a pick'em game, huh?
Go.
Down there in Gainesville, Florida. And that brings us right back to the top 10 in the Associated Press poll. And the reason we're going to the top 10 at this point in the SEC segment is to show the switch that happened. Remember when Alabama was up there right behind Ohio State and Michigan State or TCU right in the top group? Well, notice who's tied for 3 in the AP top 10. It's Ole Miss, Alabama out of the top 10. Nikki, last week you said, watch out for
I said,
Chad
watch out
Swag.
for Chad Kelly, and you laughed at me.
Who? Bob?
Well, I chuckled. I did a little bit. I'll
Both
admit
of
to
y'all
that.
can go sit down.
Okay.
Because well,
Good
you
job,
are sitting
Ole
down.
Miss. Good job.
Yeah. What about
They
that?
have a legit. They could be at number 1.
Yep.
They're incredible. I called it.
Okay, that's Ole Miss. You're on their
They're not going
bandwagon.
They're not going to no more.
Okay, what happened to Alabama's defense? Anything?
Well, I think what happened really was Ole Miss's defense, Robert Kondichi, established himself as the number 1 prospect for the NFL draft by almost single-handedly destroying the Alabama offense.
All right, how about the Alabama D, though? You said Reggie Ragland would step up. He had a
himself.
great game.
Well, yeah, but what you also see in Alabama, big plays, young secondary. I mean, they couldn't cover. Simple as that. Ole Miss had too many big plays. Reggie Ragland did good. Alabama and Kirby Smart, the D coordinator, have some work to do in that secondary.
Ole Miss was too good. That's
All
what you
right,
just
too
said.
good. That's what we're hearing here. All right, time for our college football showdown of the week. The game between 2 top 20 teams in the Pac-12. UCLA at Arizona. And remember, UCLA, as you were pointing out to me, Miles Jack is out for the season, the great linebacker and running back. And what did you see? He was like offensive and defensive player of the year last year.
Exactly, in that conference. And I'm going to tell you this, he tore his ACL. You're talking about another college player that would have been a top 5 pick. The best player in this game this weekend for UCLA is not going to be on the field.
Not going to be on the
Won't be
field. Miles Jack.
Miles
Love
Jack.
to watch that kid play. All right, now, we go to the very important essence of Jeffrey the Edge Schechter on the pick for UCLA at Arizona.
Arizona's a tough place to win at. I don't think UCLA's that good. Take the points with Arizona.
All right, Arizona with the points. They're plus 3.5. All right, coming up, we'll be talking about the Bulldogs, the Yellow Jackets, and the Falcons. And later, this guy's going to tell you how the Falcons will beat Dallas on Play to Win.
We took America's best-selling car and turned everything up a notch. The Toyota Camry. What bold moves will you make? Get 0% APR for 72 months plus $500 cash back on a new 2015 Toyota Camry. Toyota, let's go places.
Hey, baby, did you pick up a Harley-Davidson scratcher for me?
Yeah, it's in my purse. No. Didn't stop for gas today. I'll get it tomorrow.
How'd you get the chandelier down so fast?
I thought you got it.
You can't win if you don't play. Play the Harley-Davidson Scratcher and win up to $250,000 or a brand new Harley-Davidson motorcycle.
If you've been injured, if you or a loved one have been a victim, if you've suffered, get the upper hand. Get the strong arm.
Protect your rights and get the lawyer who fights.
She said yes. You're the best man.
I got this. Nissan Sentra. With push-button start, Bose Premium Audio, and hands-free text messaging assistant. Choose Sentra, J.D. Power's highest-ranked compact car in initial quality. Get 0% APR for up to 72 months. Sentra, step it up.
You're the man.
Shop ChooseNissan.com. Innovation that excites.
Hometown Team Report is being brought to you by Mellow Mushroom Pizza Bakers, bringing a higher order of pizza to Atlanta for 40 years.
All right, it's time for our Hometown Team Report, brought to you by Mellow Mushroom. How about it?
Da-da-da-da.
We've had a delivery, already had a delivery, and by the way, don't open the pizza box. Nikki is trying to get into the pizza box over there in front of her, but she's not going to open it. She's going to wait until we break down the teams. Step away from the pizza. Everything, nothing to see here.
Shut up, make a smart
We're going to eat that a little bit
comment
later.
away.
Actually, the crew gets it. Let's get started with our Hometown Team Report and Georgia Tech's Yellow Jackets. They're playing at Duke after coming off the loss at Notre Dame last week. And Nikki, the Georgia Tech vaunted run option offense of Paul Johnson's sputtered at Notre Dame.
Yeah, their offense put up the worst numbers since 2013 back in the Music City Bowl.
Wow.
And then we also, Tech lost their top receiver, Michael Summers, and they also lost their A-back, Quay Searcy. Things don't look so good on the home front.
Right,
at
and
Tech
some
right
questions about Snotty also. whether
There
or not
are
he's
some
gonna be
questions. We don't have
fully
anything
healthy.
confirmed yet on him, but
All right, let's talk a little bit about defense for Georgia Tech.
Number one, Georgia Tech has to take calculated risks, Bob. And let me explain that to our viewers. Calculated risks last week against Notre Dame, it looks like they were taking gambles because they were getting kind of beat on long plays. Calculated risks, you got to know when you're taking the right chance, so it's calculated, not reckless. I want to see Ted Roof kind of make some of those adjustments this week so Georgia Tech have a better chance.
A little controlled pressure.
No more controlled pressure.
Deciding when they can do it.
Right.
All right, here we are. We're waiting for this.
pizza?
Jeffrey the Edge Schechter, not the pizza. Step away from the pizza box. Mellow Mushroom. After Jeffrey makes his predictions on Tech and Duke.
Tech looked terrible this week. I hate to say it, but Duke has absolutely no offense. I think Tech can hold them down. So if you must play this game, give the 8 with Tech. I think they're going to run all over Duke.
All right, now Southern Jaguars out of the SWAC come in to play Georgia and Grayson Lambert. You know, just a couple of weeks ago, everybody was saying, who is Jason Lambert? Now everybody's saying, I want to be Jason Lambert. 96% completions, and that's an FBS record. And look who he's dating, the upcoming Miss Georgia, Adeline Kennerly.
Best
and
catch
she
of the
is
week,
a
Bob.
That's a twirler, right?
She is a twirler. That's a part of the color guard. There's only a couple of coveted spots to be twirlers, and she's one of them.
All
You're
right.
welcome.
That's Grayson Lambert. Can he do it again?
Well, I think he can, but I think everything you see is going to be an evaluation for Grayson Lambert. First game was the eval. Second game, as you go on, every game's the evaluation. I don't like the high to get too high, Bob.
Right.
Guys, and a low to get too low. Every game, he'll have a chance to get better. He's young. Brian Schottenheimer, the offensive coordinator, they're doing a good job. Each game is its own individual game.
Okay, Chuck, coming up, by the way, on the show, this guy right here, Chuck Smith's going to tell you the secret to the Falcons winning in Dallas, plus injuries and fantasy football on Football's Play to Win.
Why can't I have a slice of yours?
You're a cartoon. You can only have cartoon pizza.
It's not fair.
Look, this pie is 100% real, and you're colored ink. It's physics, man.
Well, can you buy me a beer?
I can buy you a cartoon beer. Are you single?
It's right.
Everyone wants real mellow mushroom pizza because our pies use premium meats and cheeses, fresh veggies, and spring water dough baked with wheat goodness. Mellow mushroom, a higher order of pizza.
The time has come to meet the new face of Kilo, Stefan and Kimchi.
I wouldn't be so sure.
Oh, so confident. And the only danger angle is this vaporizer beam.
Goodbye, James.
Nice work, Kevin.
Kevin, what do you think?
Live out your dreams. Win up to $100,000 300 times a day playing Keno.
The grand reopening event continues at Kia Mall of Georgia. All remaining 2015s in stock have been reduced for immediate sale. This is the time to save thousands. Great savings on a 2015 Kia Soul with automatic, now only $13,997. Save over $5,000 on the 2015 Kia Optima. You pay only $16,997. Before you buy, it's worth the drive to the first exit off 985. Come see us at Kia Mall of Georgia. Online at lovemykia.com.
Today's Player Medical and Injury Report is being brought to you by John Foy and Associates. Personal injury law. Get the strong arm.
The ever-present and ever-concerning injuries in the National Football League. Whether you're just a casual fan or you're involved in fantasy leagues or not, you need to know this and you want to know it. Notice from the Falcons' point of view that Tevin Coleman is out with that fractured rib. They're hoping he'll get back sooner rather than later. But three quarterbacks, you see Jay Cutler, Tony Romo, and Matt Stafford in varying degrees of the status with them regarding their injuries. And of course, I'm now joined by Dr. A of InsideInjuries.com, the creator of that website and the chief medical officer of the radiology group. It's good to see you again.
Good to see you too.
And I wanted to talk about a player that wasn't up there, but one that you noticed for Dallas, who's playing but playing hurt.
Yeah, so Jason Witten, 2 ankles sprain and a knee sprain. Ligament sprains are ankle sprains, which means stability, and tight ends need stability. It should really affect his performance. I would not start him. I would go with Adam and choose somebody else.
All right, let's get started with the player medical report now, and give us the grades. You've been pretty accurate with this.
Yeah, absolutely. So Drew Brees, actually, we're really high on him this year. However, he has a rotator cuff bruise on his throwing shoulder, which means the long passes, 20 yards or greater, he's going to have a difficulty with. That's why the algorithm has downgraded him to a B+ and only 75%. Eddie Lacy. So we were down on him. The algorithm was down on him this year. And again, he's had an ankle sprain this year. Running backs, ankle sprain, stability. It will further worsen his performance. D+ at 45%. Jay Cutler, again, plagued with injuries. And this time it's a hamstring strain. An immobile quarterback. Now that's become even more immobile and downgraded to a C+. Please start somebody else. The next quarterback is Matthew Stafford. So we were high on him. You know, he's been through a lot of injuries, but he's bounced back. He was at an A- preseason, but because of that chest rib injury, he's downgraded to a C+ at 60%. I would not start him. Tevin Coleman, we talked about him before. He will be back. When he comes back, that fractured rib, B-. Running backs and wide receivers always get hurt with fractured ribs, and they do not perform as well. B-, 65%. And finally, Tony Romo. We did not upgrade him significantly in the beginning of the year. He's downgraded because, just like Aaron Rodgers, that will heal, and he should be fine. So he's only downgraded to a B-.
Okay, and Tony Romo, I was just reading, and you can confirm this, out about 7 weeks.
Yeah, that's about how
back.
long it takes, because the clavicle is right here, and it's in direct line with any defensive back trying to tackle the quarterback. So it has to heal completely. But once it's healed, it's just like new. So
all right, Falcons down at Dallas this week. Dr. A with the player medical report. Now I want to remind you that we have a very big contest that's on playingtowin.tv. That's our website. Now here's the deal. You go online at playingtowin.tv, pick college and NFL games against the spread. The winner gets a $100 gift certificate. Second place, $50. And we'll announce the winner starting next week on Play to Win. But remember, the website is playingtowin.tv. Now, coming up next on Football's Play to Win, we're going to get involved with the Atlanta Falcons and also tell you that Jeffrey's lightning round picks are yet to come.
You're going to deny everything, and if you're lying through...
When you're hurt in a car wreck, the insurance company will try anything to deny your claim.
Deny, deny, deny. Whatever it takes. We're not paying a dime.
They'll stop at nothing until they run into the strong arm.
Don't let the insurance company decide what you deserve. Call me now. I'll fight so you don't have to.
Get the upper hand. Get the strong arm. Call attorney John Foy and Associates today.
Don't pay more for a new vehicle. At Mall of Georgia Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, we're dealing, and you're going to save big money. Take $8,000 off MSRP during Truck Month on a Ram 1500. Get a Jeep Grand Cherokee for only $27,999. And a Chrysler 200 is now just $16,945. That's $8,000 off MSRP. Don't miss these deals now at Mall of Georgia Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and online at yourdodge.com.
Today's Fantasy Report is being brought to you by ST Services. Home comfort or plumbing issues? We can fix that.
All right, joined now by Adam Brown, our guru of fantasy football, and we're going to look into the 1 week leagues and some projections you have for today.
That's right, Bob. 1 week leagues have become so prevalent to people and so exciting to people. I'm going to give you some projections of what I think some of the mid-level guys and the high-level guys are going to do this week so you can mix and match your teams.
All right, let's start with quarterbacks. First of all, in the quarterback list, you're going to talk specifically about Cam Newton.
Cam Newton's had a decent season to start the season. He has bad receivers, but he's playing against New Orleans, who's 28th against the pass. And Cam Newton's had 111 yards rushing and a touchdown so far this year.
All right, running backs, I notice here, these are not necessarily household names,
right,
but some guys you want to talk about.
The rookie out of Northern Iowa, David Johnson. Let's talk about him. Had a 108-yard kickoff return, which gives you points last week. He's been doing very, very well when it comes to touches and getting the most out of his touches. I really like him this week as well.
All right, let's talk about wide receivers. And I always love it when you start with Julio Jones.
He is a freak show.
No kidding.
The guy is amazing. 22 catches so far this year, 13 receptions last week on 15 targets. The guy is absolutely amazing. And let's look at Jarvis Landry also. Guys, he's not a household name. He's a mid-level guy in your fantasy 1 week leagues. Let's look at Jarvis Landry because he's had 8 receptions each of the last 2 weeks. He's playing against Buffalo. He's 26 against the pass. I really like him to have another nice week this week.
All right, fantasy value picks for week 1 week leagues.
Right, let's look at Carson Palmer versus San Francisco this week. Through 2 weeks, Carson Palmer has 7 touchdowns, and he's averaging 25 points or more a game.
All right, I want to go, by the way, back to the 1 week leagues and talk about that one more time, just exactly what they are and why these projections are important.
So a lot of the 1 week leagues are you could pick any player from any roster. It's not one of those 10-team leagues or 12-team leagues. You're playing against many other people, and you could pick all these people, such as Adrian Peterson, a Carson Palmer, a Julio Jones, Antonio Brown. You can have them all on your roster, but you have a certain dollar amount that you can spend.
Right.
So when you have that dollar amount, you have got to pick the lower end guys with the higher end guys, and you have to mix and match.
Balance the budget.
Balance the budget.
That's what I'm calling. This is Adam Brown in Fantasy Football.
Good luck, everyone.
Bad pipes, clogs, broken water heater, we can fix that.
Estes Plumbing Services, your man for all seasons since 1949, will make your plumbing problems disappear. From pesky pipes to new water heaters, we can fix that.
Hey baby, did you pick up a Harley-Davidson scratcher for me?
Yeah, it's in my purse. No. Didn't stop for gas today. I'll get it tomorrow.
How'd you get the chandelier down so fast?
I thought you got it.
You can't win if you don't play. Play the Harley-Davidson Scratcher and win up to $250,000 or a brand new Harley-Davidson motorcycle.
We took America's best-selling car and turned everything up a notch. The Toyota Camry. What bold moves will you make?
Get 0% APR for 72 months plus $500 cash back on a new 2015 Toyota Camry.
Toyota, let's go places.
Is your house uncomfortable? We can fix that. Get the Estes Whole House Comfort Checkup and eliminate hot and cold spots in your home. If you save energy, you save money. Go to EstesAir.com and book your appointment today. Estes Services, your man for all seasons since 1949.
Today's NFL Report is being brought to you by Nissan. Shop ChooseNissan.com.
Our NFL Showdown game of the week, the Atlanta Falcons at the Dallas Cowboys. And to set the table for us, let's go to former Falcons wide receiver Brian Finneran of the front row with Sandra Golden and Steak Shapiro on 680 The Fan and 68 Seconds with 680.
Hey guys, excited to talk to you today about the Atlanta Falcons heading down to Dallas. Big NFC matchup against the Dallas Cowboys. The good news for the Falcons is they're 2-0. They're finding a way to win football games, whether it's pretty or ugly. Doesn't matter in the NFL. A win is a win is a win. And this week they get a team, the Dallas Cowboys, without their starting quarterback, without their starting wide receiver, and Des Bryant, a tight end that's old and beat up, with 2 ankle sprains and a bad knee. So things are looking up for the Atlanta Falcons. The one thing that they do need to worry about is that giant offensive line for the Dallas Cowboys. Hopefully our defensive line has been very impressive this year, can step up and continue to do the things they've been doing, getting pressure on the quarterback and stopping the run game. One of the things we always know about the Atlanta Falcons is Julio Jones and Matt Ryan are the best combination in the league at wide receiver and quarterback. They continue their winning ways. They have a chance to come back to Atlanta at 3-0 and sitting pretty in the NFC South. Thanks for having me, guys, and back to you, Bob.
All right, I've always wanted Brian Finneran to say back to you, Bob. That's good. Good job, Brett. I like that. Brian Finneran himself, former Falcon star, on the Front Row Show at mid-mornings on 680 The Fan. Now, I want to go right to that. One of the things Brian said in there is he talked about that Giants' very good offensive line. But Brandon Weeden is the quarterback, not Romo, who's out for about 7 weeks with a broken left collarbone. How do the Falcons' defensive, the pass rush for the Falcons, how do they get to Brandon Weeden?
Well, first thing, as a former player, we love when the backup quarterback becomes a starter because number 2 ain't number 1 for a reason. Now, the key here for the Falcons, I'm sending the kitchen sink at this Dallas offense. I'm going at Brandon Weeden. I'm sending 5, 6, 7 blitzers. Not only am I rushing 4 like Dan Quinn and this defense has been doing, I'm sending 6 and 7 and challenging Weeden when he throws. But the key here, you have to stop the Dallas Cowboys run. They're going to attack the Falcons up the middle.
No DeMarco Murray this year, but
they're going to run.
They're going to run the ball anyway because they have to. Now, the Falcons' offense running game has struggled some.
A little. They're admittedly still trying to figure out this whole new offense thing. They're getting it done. They're hacking their way through it. It's happening. But at the same time, the Cowboys have stepped up their defense. They've been playing pretty solid defense up until this point.
We'll see how that works out with Matt Ryan and Julio Jones and the Falcons running game. And now it's time for Jeffrey the Edge and the pick.
Falcons look great. Off to a great start at 2-0. Got all the respect in the world for the Cowboys. But they are beaten up. Wheaton is terrible. Give them 1 point with Atlanta at Dallas.
All right, at Dallas at Jerry's World. We'll be right back in just a moment. We'll have Jeffrey's lightning round when we come back on Football's Play to Win.
Nissan Altima. With up to 270 horsepower, blind spot warning, and premium interior.
For a limited time, choose Ultima with 0% APR for up to 72 months or save up to $37.75. Ultima, the ride you can always rely on. Shop your local Nissan store and choose Nissan.com. Innovation that excites.
The Wizard, can you make me real so I can eat real mellow mushroom pizza instead of cartoon pizza?
Stand back. Here we go. Alakazam! Wiggity stickity poof!
I'm still a cartoon.
Then that'd be a no.
Everyone wants real mellow mushroom pizza because our pies use premium meats and cheeses, fresh veggies, and spring water dough baked with wheat goodness.
Wiggity stickity poof.
Mellow mushroom, a higher order of pizza.
The time has come to meet the new face of Kilo, Stefan and Kimchi.
I wouldn't be so sure.
Oh, so confident. They're the only danger angle. Is this vaporizer beam?
Goodbye, James.
Nice work, Kevin. Kevin, what do you think? Live out your dreams. Win up to $100,000 300 times a day playing Keno.
Is your air conditioner blowing hot air? We can fix that. Turn to the experts at Carrier and ST Services. We've been installing and repairing air conditioners in Atlanta for 66 years. Need cold air? We can fix that. Bad pipes, clogs, broken water heater? We can fix that. ST's Plumbing Services, your man for all seasons since 1949, will make your plumbing problems disappear. From pesky pipes to new water heaters, we can fix that.
All right, the lightning round, you know what that means. Jeffrey the Edge Schechter with his predictions. Let's start with the colleges. How do you see it, Jeffrey?
Michigan is improving, and they're going to be good. Brigham Young has played 3 games this year. They all went down to the wire, and they've covered all 3, and they're going to cover this one. Texas A&M, Arkansas, the way Arkansas started, looks like A&M's going to kill them. I'm going to go with Arkansas. Jared Goff is the best quarterback in the country at Cal. This looks like a game Cal should kill Washington, but they only gave up 44 points to Texas. If the kicker didn't miss an extra point, they would have given up more. Go with the 4.5 with Washington.
Okay, Jeffrey, I wore my Michigan Wolverines tie and everything, and you're going with BYU plus 5.5. But I'm going to try to forget about that because we're going to go to the NFL picks now. The Edge.
I said at the beginning of the season, I'm going to say it now. Philadelphia's a load of garbage. Jets got the best defense in football, and they're going to give Philly a beating. I was kind of wrong about Cincinnati. I think they're better than I thought they were. Baltimore's having a down year. Take the points with Cincy. Denver is very lucky to be 2-0. They should have been 0-2. I like Detroit. Take the 3 with Detroit at home.
All right, go ahead. Put it in granite. Jeffrey the Edge and his picks on the lightning round. By the way, you get more of that and can recap all of this by going to playingtowin.tv, our website. Go there for sure to check his picks out. For Jeffrey and Nikki and Chuck, I am Bob. We'll see you next week on Football's Play to Win.
Play to Win has been brought to you by Toyota, the Georgia Lottery, and John Foy and Associates.